Hello to all of you out there in Treasure Land. My name is Darnella Denise, and I am so very excited about doing this video. This video that you are watching is my very first video as I am transitioning into my new. Yay! I had a YouTube channel before. I had videos up. I had shorts up. But I deleted everything. I deleted everything because I was feeling that it was time to start over. All things new. Okay? So, today we're going to be talking about pivoting. And yes, you're going to hear pages turn because a sister needs some help. Okay, like I said, today we're going to be talking about pivoting on this video. Let me give you a short little background about myself. I am a mother, a grandmother. I've been married for many years. I am currently going through separation. I've worked as a hairstylist for over 20 years. I've opened and owned 3 salon businesses within a span of 15 years. So I've been in the beauty industry for over 35 years. Okay? So like I said, this video, we're going to be talking about pivoting, doing things completely different. In 2020, I started feeling like getting some, thinking and feeling like, this isn't fun anymore. And like I said, I just gave you the little background about myself, how I've been in the beauty industry for over 35 years. Since a little girl, I knew I wanted to do hair. Since a little girl. So that's all I've really ever known. And that's all I've really ever enjoyed. And God blessed me to do hair, So that's a blessing within itself. So, and like I said, in 2020, I started feeling like, this really, starting to not to like it anymore. It's not, all that fun. So I was thinking that a little bit. And it probably started like a little before 2020. But I'm going to start from 2020. So I said, okay, whatever, So I said, let me just go on. So now 2021 comes in. Same thing. I'm starting to really think about it. I'm really starting not to like doing hair anymore. So, I started kind of talking about it, kind of mentioning it to a couple of other people. And, the responses that I received back, it's like, you're going to be okay. This might be a little something that you're going through, whatever, And again, like I said, this is all I've ever done, So I guess with the ones that I mentioned it to, they thinking like, oh, that, that don't really sound right. This is what you do. So I said, yeah, to myself, like, okay, let me get myself together, shake myself, whatever. So now 2022 comes in. So yeah, it's starting to really get real strong. Like, I don't like this. So I started really thinking for myself, I don't like this anymore. This is not what I want to do. So now at this point, I'm starting to think about closing the salon that I was currently in. It's really thinking about it. Started actually talking about it with different close friends / clients and everything. And so I got real close to closing, and I said, okay, well, maybe I'll just stick it out a little longer to see what's all going to happen or whatever. Okay. So now 2023 comes in. Okay, now I'm done. Or I know that's not what I want to do. I'm getting tired of it. Now I made the decision. I am closing the salon. I started talking to clients about it and everything. So now it was just a matter of when I was going to exit the salon. So I'm sitting there in the salon, No, actually, I had got past all that part, made the decision. So I'm sitting there in the salon, and so I just figured, you know what? Maybe I'll just go ahead and start packing. So this way, on moving day, everything could be done. And, as I start packing up, I won't have a lot to do. So anyway, I started packing up, and guess what? It was like I couldn't stop. And I was like kind of looking at myself and feeling the feeling that I was feeling. And as I was packing up, I was like really starting to feel good about it. I was like, oh man. Before I know it, I packed up the whole salon. I packed up the whole salon. I was like, wow, I packed up the whole salon. I mean, I didn't move out that day, but I packed up the whole salon, and I really surprised my own self. So the salon was all packed up, and the only thing left to do at that point was to actually move out. Okay? Okay, so I moved out. When I moved out, it was in September of 2023. Okay, so when I started talking to different ones about leaving, I had like some really close friends, longtime clients that wherever I went, they went. So of course, they agreed to come home with me, and I'll do their hair at home. And I was figuring I'll figure something out as far as, I knew I didn't want to do hair anymore, but I was figuring, I'll get another space and do something, but it really wasn't going to be a salon business, because I was just tired of that. I was done with that. So anyway, that was September 2023. So got home. And mind you, it was only about a good 4 clients that was coming, and they only came once a month. So I had like a lot of time on my hands after I did them. When the month came in and I did their hair, so I had just like a lot of time and thinking and praying, that I was doing. And a lot of times I would pray, and it was like I felt like I wasn't getting anything, and it was like God was quiet. And then it was like I was starting to get inklings of what to do, but I didn't really have a understanding of how to go about it. I knew God was calling me into something else, because again, the love of hair had left and everything, and I knew God had me to the side, like, so he can direct me and everything. And so it was like heading towards the end of the year. So I did them. Okay, so trying to think. Okay, yes, the year went on out, because like I said, that was in September. I got home. So the year went on out. So now we enter 2024. So I wound up having surgery and everything. That was at the beginning of 2024. God healed my body, and thank God again for my clients, my close friends, clients slash clients. They waited for me to heal up, and they started coming, for me to do their hair, whatever. So again, I still felt like the same way. So in the midst of feeling like that and not really expressing myself, as the year 2024 started, moving on along, a friend of mine had opened a salon. She opened her salon. She always told me, if I get a salon, you always welcome to come, blah, 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 blah. So now she has a salon. And this was 2024 in August. She actually opened it. So I was talking back and forth with her, and just started like kind of thinking, because okay, like I said, now I'm home and I'm just like, I had all this time, and I still can feel like God wasn't done because I didn't get all the instructions and whatever. But I was starting to just be anxious, like, because sometimes I was like, feel like I was getting frustrated because I felt like I was starting to know what the Lord was saying, but then again, I didn't know, and then I didn't really know how to go about it, blah, blah, blah. So I was figuring, okay, so this was my thoughts. I was like, okay, so maybe if I just go on down, go to her salon, even though I really didn't want to do hair, but my thoughts was like, okay, go ahead, take my little bit of clients that I have, let them come on down with me, and save money, and then I can open up another space and do whatever I'm going to do, whatever. And right there, that wasn't even clear, so I shouldn't have did it. But anyway, how you just get your big ideas because you're ready to be on the move. So anyway, like I said, that was August of 2024. She opened up. So yeah. So I didn't go as soon as she opened, but I got down there. I started working in her salon, moved in so I could be ready for September. So I went, got there, and they started working. My clients started coming down there. So again, I started doing hair down there. Even with my clients coming down there, other clients in the area where her salon was, I started getting clients. But even with that, I was like, you know what? I shouldn't have never done it, because I could really feel it. I was trying to ignore it, but it was like stronger and stronger and stronger. And thank God for my friend, because she just, she was just praying with me, along with me praying, And it just was just trying to feel my way. So I said, you know what? I need to go back home and allow God to finish what he started. So I let her know that I wasn't going to be there. So I was only there for like a good month and 2 weeks or something like that. And I felt bad too, because that wasn't, so, okay, now I got back home and I felt like, you know what, I need to just get before the Lord. And plus, in the midst of me coming back home, I started being honest even with the clients that I had. Of course, they came back home with me. I mean, I give it up for these clients, because these clients have been with me for many, many years. Even before I have gotten my own salon, they were with me in other people's salon where I was working and going back home different times, and in the midst of me having a salon and then going back home. And these clients were just magnificent. So anyway, left her salon, got back home, and I started talking with them. So now this was like October, like September, end of September, beginning of October of 2024, last year. Let them know, like, y'all, I really don't want to do hair anymore. I'm going to give y'all to the end of the year, and I know y'all be able to find somebody that can do your hair. And, so by the time next year comes, I want to be done with hair. So they heard me, and of course it was bittersweet. It really was. It was bittersweet, especially when each one of them came for the last time. It was like bitter. It was just, but I'm still in touch with them. Like I said, we are really close, and I thank God for them. So God bless them to find someone else. And I was so happy. Of course, it ain't the fact that I wasn't going to really see them as much. I didn't like that. But I was just happy I didn't have to deal with hair anymore, because I was done with that. So they found someone else to do their hair. So by the time, because I did it up until last year of December. So by the time this year came in, 2025, I was done with hair. I was so happy. Okay, so now no one else is coming. I had all of my days just to pray and see what the Lord was saying. And it was some days, again, God was just quiet. Some days I got frustrated. Some days I said, okay, let me just get myself back together to see what the Lord is saying. And again, and I knew it was just something different. I was having dreams, and I knew God wanted me to do something different, and He has moved me on from here. But I had to begin to deal with the different feelings that I started feeling. I started feeling like, you know, I failed. You know, I don't have a salon anymore, and blah blah blah. Because again, this time it was different. It ain't like I was home and just getting myself together to go into another salon space. It wasn't. It's not. It wasn't like that this time, like it was before when I was home. But God had to like really allow me to see and come to some understandings about who I was and who I am. And not that, I mean, I kind of knew it, but I didn't know it. He wanted me to really be sure and really know and come into who I am, you know, and it will come like question form. It was coming like, okay, so why did you like doing hair? And I remember pondering on that and thinking it was really because I connected with the women, you know, because it was plenty of days, like I said, through the years. It was just like through the years, the 35 years, this connecting with women and listening to them and showing compassion and maybe giving wisdom as God gave it to me, or just sharing a smile or a listening ear. You know, it was connecting with women. And then too, once I got my salons, I would have like different women gatherings and stuff and fun stuff or ministry stuff and different things like that. So again, now back home, no clients coming, and God would just like bring question for them. What did you like about it? And I really came to that. Like I really loved connecting with the women. And the Lord was letting me, it was just like revealing that happened. Letting me know, okay, now I want you to get, He was letting me know about YouTube before I was getting that, but I really didn't really take it in, I guess. But again, now He's letting me know, like, you can connect with women and build a community and reach the women on YouTube, you know, really build a community. Have this safe place for women to come to tell their story, you know. And He was letting me know as He lead me to, I could share the word and different things like that. Or tell my story, you know. I have been through many things, and like I said, and I am currently going through a separation. Yeah, you know, so this platform, so if you have watched this video, you know, this far, I just say welcome, 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 you know, to my new channel. And God gave me the name, because I'm like, okay, so God, so what's the name? What is it? You know, and He gave me I Am Treasure. I am treasure. Because when you think about treasure, what's all in the treasure box? Precious stones and precious metals and different things like that. And that's how God sees us. You know, we are precious in His sight. You know? So this is what it is. This is my new channel for those that would like to come on to tell their story. Those who would like to follow this channel to hear other story, so you can hear that you are not alone, to be strengthened. You know, so I welcome you. I welcome you to subscribe. I welcome you to come with me on this healing journey, because I'm on a healing journey my own self. You know, just learning more things about myself. You know, God is just doing great things in my life. You know, great things in my life. This channel, we will build one another up, support one another, while we walk in a way, as we are getting built up. So I just say welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you may not have a story to share, you might know someone else that may want to come on to share their story, or that may want to be a part and listen and look at the videos to be encouraged. So I ask you to share this channel. Share this channel with others. Okay? So again, I'm so excited. And this video has really been a long time coming, because ever since I have known the vision and the vision has been revealed, I'm telling you, it's been like a good 2 to 3 months now. Every day that I was saying, okay, I'm going to do this video, and things has happened. I had to help take care of someone. Thank God, God has healed their body. So many things has happened. And I can really see that God said this channel is going to touch so many women, and it's going to bless so many people, that more than I could ever imagine. So I thank God for this channel. And again, I say welcome, welcome, welcome. Follow this channel. Subscribe to this channel. This is going to be awesome. It's not going to be a whole bunch of made up stuff where I make all this content to present and all this stuff. It's going to be real life situations, real life things. And we're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. And welcome, to follow me on my journey as I'm rediscovering myself. Again, it took something to pivot. It took a lot, and I had to realize, and God had to let me see, you're more than a hairdresser, and you haven't failed just because you don't have a salon business anymore. But I have called you out of that. I have called you to move on, because I have so much to share, so many women to reach, so I'm happy about that. And again, I am 55. I'm in the middle of a separation. I'll be 56 this year. So I am completely starting over. God told me to go ahead and share my story. I am completely starting over. Right now, I'm living with my daughter, So I know God has some things for me, to restore me, and that's what he's doing. So I'm very excited about that. I'm not sad. I'm very excited about all God is doing in my life. Okay, so again, I'm not going to ramble. I say welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to see. We're going to see, just like you all going to see. I'm watching my own self, and excited about what all God is doing. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.